Thank you for coming on. We met not that long ago. We met at a CE5 event, which is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. We met at a UFO summoning event.
That's right.
So how did you? You and I have had quite a few really, really good conversations. You're super knowledgeable about. Yeah, you are. You're super knowledgeable about UFOs, especially UFOs, and just the paranormal in general. So how did you get into... No, wait, before I even get to that, would you say that your forte is UFOs, or are you more interested in the paranormal as a whole?
Well, first and foremost, Jack, thank you
Absolutely.
for having me on.
Yeah.
Right? I'm extremely honored and extremely humbled and extremely nervous as hell.
Oh, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. They don't exist. Those guys are nobody.
You ordered on to.
We're nobodies.
But you know what? Thank you so very much
for
for
sure,
having me on. I'm just happy to support your podcast. You're an amazing guy, so
thanks,
thank you so
man.
much.
I appreciate that.
Okay, on to the question.
Yeah.
Well, UFOs was actually my forte, right?
Yeah.
I got pulled in a number of years ago at the Chicago Air&Water show. Had an event that happened to me. And when I was there was the Blue Angels that were just whizzing overhead. And
Sure.
I had these high-power binoculars that were so cool, right? So I was able to look up and see the actual pilots inside the cockpit, and they're waving at each other. You know, and I was thinking that's really cool. Well, this particular afternoon when I watched them, I saw a black speck in the sky, and I kind of like just took my binoculars and panned backwards, and I thought maybe it might have been a helicopter because it was just hovering there, right? So the first thing I did was to gauge how high up it was, because I couldn't tell what it was. I couldn't tell if it was a helicopter, airplane, or what. But it couldn't have been an airplane because it was static, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of just looked at the horizon of the water and kind of looked up, and I kind of estimated that the...
Yeah.
Sorry, really quick. Can you talk the mic? Put the mic like right to your mouth.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, we good?
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, so I kind of estimated that the object had to be at least 3 miles straight up.
Okay.
So I kind of like just tweaked my binoculars a little bit and looked in there and looked at it, and it was the damnedest thing. It was oblong, like you hand me that pin right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the object, and it was at this angle, just like this.
Okay.
It
Show
was-
it to the camera more.
Yeah. So it was okay. So it was at an angle like this, right? And it was rotating on this long axis, just like this, real slow, just like this. And it had these little nodules on it, like I don't know, kind of like they look like little squares, like little sections on the body on a
Sure.
long axis, right? Axis. And I could tell that it was metallic because as it was turning like this, I could see the outline of these nodules, and I could see the sun glinting off of the metal. It was metallic.
Okay.
And I knew for a fact that the winds up there were extremely high, and the thing did not move. It just stayed just like this and rotated really slow. I watched it for close to 30 minutes. I missed the whole show. My arms had got numb because I was just holding the binoculars like this, and then I started getting tired. I laid down. So I kept watching it, and it did not move.
Now you said that it was about 3 miles up. Oh, how far up were the jets going by?
Oh, I think they were maybe a mile up.
Okay.
Maybe less than that. Because one of them did a flyby, so they were maybe like I don't know, 1,200 feet up.
Now you were using high-powered
Oh, yeah.
binoculars, and you were able to see the people in the cockpits of the jets. Were you able to make out details of this UFO?
Just because it was so high up, I was able to see that it was black, it was metallic, and it had these nodules on it, and it was rotating real slow. I could see that.
Yeah.
And I noticed it didn't move. If you look at a helicopter, a Harrier, right? When it's hovering, it does a lot. It moves to and fro, up and down, and pitches in the yards because air currents or whatever, and the pilot's steadily trying to adjust it.
It's not motionless like this UFO.
Right. This thing was static. It was staying still, like it was tacked to the sky, right?
Yeah.
But it was rotating, and I looked at it after I recovered. Right, my arms were sore, and I had to figure out what that was.
Yeah.
So when I got home that afternoon, I just dove into I just started typing in UFO scene at North Avenue Beach, date, whatever, yada yada yada. Nothing came up, and then MUFON popped up.
Sure.
File a report. So I sat there and looked at that link for like 5 minutes, man. I'm like, do I really want to report this crap, man?
Right.
You know,
MUFON being Mutual UFO
Mutual
Network.
UFO Network. Right.
UFO organization.
Right.
Yeah.
So do I really want to report this? But I knew for a fact that what I saw was not conventional.
Mm-hmm.
It was an aircraft, but it wasn't something that we were flying. And it was doing something that our aircraft can't do. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So I filed a report.
Sure.
And that opened up the rabbit hole, right? So as soon as I filed the report, I joined the MUFON Illinois. Sam Moranto was a good guy. I met him. Really nice guy. And ever since then, I've just been like digging deeper and deeper, trying to understand the possible science and technology behind this stuff. I've read books like Anomaly. Anomaly is really good.
Did you read books prior to the sighting?
No. Mostly because I felt that a lot of the stuff concerning UFOs, UAPs, or whatever, I thought it was bullshit. Honestly, I was just really skeptical about it. I just thought it was a lot of people were drunk, high, zooted, whatever, right? They were just hallucinating, seeing stuff until I saw it, until I saw one.
So this really catapulted you into this whole field.
Absolutely.
It changed your life.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did. And so I started looking at reports. I began investigating actual cases. MUFON has a huge library of cases, recorded cases that you can go, you can pull out diagrams, pictures, videos, interviews, all kind of stuff.
Now, as a member of MUFON and you have access to their archives, how does that work when you investigate cases? Are you assigned cases by the director Sam Moranto?
Yeah, if you're an investigator, something happens. Like for example, that UFO sighting at O'Hare, that was really something.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah,
and the pictures they showed of the actual craft.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Aykroyd has all that stuff too, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He sure does. He was talking about it.
Yeah,
and. Yeah, so Sam will probably call an investigator who's the closest to it to say, hey, go check that out for me. Get some information, witnesses, whatever. That's what they would do.
So what was your first case?
I haven't investigated one yet because I'm not an official investigator. I'm kind of like the independent dude, the backyard guy.
Okay.
Right?
But you are still a member of MUFON,
Oh,
correct?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I do want to be a MUFON investigator. So, yeah, I got the books. I'm studying the book
So
right now.
how does that work? You have to graduate to those
Well, what happens
levels?
is you buy an instruction book from MUFON, right? It's like a little textbook. You study that, and then you take the certification test, and if you pass, you get to become an investigator. First, you work as an apprentice under an actual investigator, see how things are done, and then after a certain time, you're on your own.
Why haven't you done that yet?
Work.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
when
my hours kind of slow down a little bit, and I got more free time. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm in it. But yeah, so that's what pulled me in. And so then, as I began to get more familiar with MUFON and how they do things, I came across Stephen Greer. Yeah. Well, Dr. Stephen Greer, right? And
you're a UFO researcher and whistleblower.
Right, and he talked about the CE5 protocols, right? And I came across him by accident. I wasn't looking for him. It was one video on YouTube. I forgot who it was, but it's this guy who claimed that he can summon UFOs at will. And he would sit down and he would just close his eyes and he would just say, "They're here. There they go. Look up. You can see them. You can see them." And people would take their cameras and pan up, and they would start seeing orbs. appear in the sky over him, right? And so that really intrigued me. I'm like, okay, is that coincidental, or is there something really going on, right? And so below that guy's video was a video with Dr. Stephen Greer, and talked about CE5. And I was like, okay, what's CE5? And then I just, again,
Down the
the
rabbit
rabbit
hole.
hole goes deeper, right? So yeah, I learned more about the CE5 protocols. I learned about vectoring and how you can actually direct them down to your location so you can see them.
So prior to that, though, you're probably thinking that UFOs are just totally, physical, probably extraterrestrial, but they're physical. Now you're transitioning into like, well, maybe there's more to it if people are able to communicate with them telepathically.
I think we're talking about something that's trans-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
One of the 5 observables of a UFO, right? Trans-dimensional, trans-medium, right? So I'm thinking these craft, whatever or whoever is operating them, these people can traverse multiple dimensions. Time being a dimension, light being a dimension, the physical world being another dimension, right? These are just shadows of a greater reality.
Yeah.
And so these people are able to just pass between these like it's nothing. So with us, we're kind of stuck in the physical world with explosive technology, rockets. So we feel like we can't get to the nearest star because we just don't have the technology to get there. But these people evidently figured it out.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I think there's a trans-dimensional quality to these objects, to these people. But then there's not objects. These are people, right? And if they are trans-dimensional, well, thought is trans-dimensional. Right? It's a quantum, it's kind of like a subtle type of energy, right? Thought is timeless. Thought's like quantum communication, literally. So, I mean, if they're trans-dimensional and our thoughts are trans-dimensional, so wouldn't that make sense that you could probably make contact? Make contact one way or another, right? Yeah. So, another thing that kind of pulled me further in was meeting this guy named Ed Moen.
Okay.
Have you met Ed?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Ed was with Dr. Greer's, one of his original groups. Ed went there. I think this is Joshua Tree. I think it was, right? And it was in the summer, and they all had this huge CE5 circle where they sit in a nice little circle, and they vector and they call out to these beings, and they actually got responses. They got pictures. They showed video of objects over the ocean. Weird lights, weird kind of squiggly things coming in and out of people, right? But with Ed, one of the photos showed an image of a being standing right behind him. No one saw him, but one of the cameras picked it up. It was standing over his left shoulder. It had a triangular shape, kind of red, triangular shaped head, and it was leaning over him like this.
Is this online?
Yeah, you could look it up.
You
You could look up. I think Dr. Greer's movie. I think the first one was it. I think.
Well, what's his name? Ed what?
Ed Moen.
Ed
M-O-E-N. Ed Moen.
M-O-E-N.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ed Moen. Maybe type in like CE5 or Alien or something.
Yeah. So the story with Ed, they did an interview with him in the documentary.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed, I think he had some type of either some kind of cancer, some life-altering disease, right? He was weak, he was sickly, all that kind of stuff. After this encounter, the illness went away.
Wow.
He's been clean ever since then.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a very real case, and he's got the medical records to show it.
So how did you meet Ed?
He came through one of our CE5 groups. So we have one. We had a CE5 group a couple of years ago, and Ed came through. He lives not too far from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he found out about the group and said, "Hey, I'd like to come in and check." So he came and we met him.
The one that's run by Jesse?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I think Jesse was the one who got him in.
Hold on.
Is that it?
That's it. That's the
Can I
being.
see?
That's the being. Yep, that's it.
Wait, first, let me look at it.
Yep, that's it. That was the being that was standing over Ed.
Tell me when you
That's it. You should try to get him on your podcast. That's one hell of a story.
So it's Ed sitting down.
He's sitting down like this, and he had his head down and his eyes closed.
Yeah.
And the being was standing over him, looking down at him. And no one saw him, no one recorded him, but the camera caught him in a frame.
That's awesome. Thanks.
He calls him the healer. So Ed asked him, "Could you heal? You know, I'm sick. Could you heal my body?" And he woke up the next morning, and the problem was gone.
Wow.
That's the real truth. You need to get him here to interview him. He
Yeah,
can
I
tell
want
you.
to.
Yeah.
We got to get him here.
You got to get him here. and talk to
Actually,
him.
you know, maybe I wonder if I could get him for the next C5 event as well.
Yeah.
I
I think Jesse can get a hold of him.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna contact her.
Yeah.
So you went to Jesse C5, and that you've gone to a couple of them, and like you said, you met Ed there, and nice guy.
Fantastic guy. Yeah, absolutely. Guy's awesome. The whole group is awesome. It's just like we got this synergy going on, right? Because
Yeah.
you came in with us, right? You know,
Yeah,
I think one night we didn't see anything, but we still had fun because it's just
we're gonna talk about that.
right?
Okay, so when was this last year I met you? Yeah, last summer.
Last summer.
Yeah,
Yep.
we went to a UFO summoning event, and that was in Mokina, Illinois.
Yeah.
Mokina, Illinois, and it was in the middle of nowhere. We were surrounded by forest,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually raining that night.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, you know, we're probably not going to get anything, but that's fine because it was more about the community and the
We
camaraderie.
were too busy having fun.
Yeah, we were having a great time. We were
Yeah.
just everybody was talking, everybody was really nice, and I guess I'll talk about what I experienced.
Yeah, because you saw something that night. You
Okay.
saw something. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I was on the porch, and I recognized I had been there by this time a couple hours, so I knew everybody that was there, and we were at a woman's house.
Yeah.
But the woman, the owner,
She
wasn't there.
Right.
right? So, but Jesse knows the woman, right?
Mhm.
The owner, and I'm on the porch, and I look to my side, and I see an older woman there. And I was like, oh, well, that must be the owner. And I still remember how she looks.
Mhm.
She was like holding like a cup of, coffee or tea or whatever it was. And she had like some sort of like veil over her face. Or no, I'm saying not over her face, over her head, I should say.
Yeah.
Over her head. And she was just like kind of like smiling. And she was like older, like 70s, maybe.
Mhm.
And just standing there, just like kind of just observing. And so, and then I looked away, I didn't think anything of it. And then, a minute later she was gone. And then I had gone down the porch and, I'm interact. And there was, how many of us were there? There was,
Yeah, I think there was like 8 of us.
yeah,
7
that
or 8
sounds
of us
about
there.
right. About
Yeah.
8 of us or so.
Yeah.
So at one point I told Jesse, I go, was that the owner?
You asked me, you said, was that the owner? I said, who?
Yeah.
And then you said she was standing by the garage door. And so everybody was like, huh? Because everybody was standing over here, and I think a couple of guys were on the porch.
Yeah.
Right? They were sitting on the porch. And so the rest of us were just kind of like grouped together, and there was a garage door right here, right? And so you said, yeah, there's an old lady standing over there. Was she the owner? And so Jesse's like, she's not old. What
Right.
lady were you talking? And I said, well, who's that? So I know the lady too. They said, but she said she's not here. She's not in town.
Yeah, because Jesse was like, yeah, she's not here. And I go, I didn't know how to react. I go, well, who was that woman?
Yeah.
And she's like, what woman? I go, there was a woman there. And then she's like, oh, and then Jesse very nonchalantly says, oh, you saw a ghost.
Right.
And I was like, no, I didn't see and I was serious. I was like, no, I didn't see a ghost. I saw a woman there. And she goes, there is a woman there. She goes, you saw a ghost.
That was a ghost.
And I think you remember the rest of the time, I was just kind of like in a daze.
Right. Because we all went into investigator mode. Because I dug into my backpack.
Yeah,
I got
you
some
did.
stuff out. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I started,
I
scanning everything, listening
You
to
got your
recording stuff.
stuff out so fast.
Yeah, I wanted to get the evidence. Yeah,
because I know like you're also into ghosts and stuff.
right.
So, but I was just like no, this isn't time to investigate. I want to know who that woman was.
Yeah.
There was a freaking woman right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to make of it. That was interesting. Now, fast forward, we're all in the we all start the CE5 event, right?
Right.
And we're all like kind of sitting in a circle. And you might remember this as well. So it was cloudy. It was kind of raining. So we weren't really sure we are going to get anything. We do the meditation, right? And then afterwards, we're just kind of like socializing, but we're still like
on the lookout.
On the lookout, right.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I had to use the bathroom. I had to go pee. So I went behind some bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And then right when I was getting out from behind the bushes, we heard 3 like roars.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember as I'm walking toward you guys, somebody says, it was probably some horses in the distance.
Those weren't horses.
Yeah, and I think it might have been you that said, those weren't horses.
Those weren't horses.
That's not what horses sound like.
There's a ranch nearby.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it nearby, but it's a ranch like within like 2.5 miles.
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
You're not going to hear a horse. Not that loud.
And they don't roar. Horses
No, they
do
don't
not.
roar. No.
They neigh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the proper term? Neigh?
Nay. Oh, Winnie.
It's actually Winnie.
Winnie.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
it's
Yeah,
Winnie.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird,
Okay.
but I like using
I'll tell you
Nate.
what though, the first time we got together at that same house, our very first gathering. Oh, it was on and cracking that night. Ooh, we saw all kind of crazy stuff. So, but before that though, right? Before we got the sightings, we did the puja meditation, and we did the vectoring. Cause we were all kind of like muddling through the vectoring because that was our first time doing it. So we weren't sure if we were doing it correctly. But we did, something popped up. But let me tell you something. Before we started seeing stuff in the sky, we heard like drums.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
I
We
remember
heard
you.
drums. And there was nobody around for a good 3 or 4 miles, man. And we were just hearing
Yeah.
just like that. And so Jesse's like, who's banging drums? And I'm listening to that. I'm like, those are shaman drums. Because I used to practice shamanism. And I recognized the drums. I was like, yeah, that's a shaman drum. And it played boom, boom, boom. We can listen to it. It played for a good 10, 15 minutes. And we couldn't figure out where the sound was coming from.
Did it ever change rhythm? Or
No, it was steady. So then it stopped. We started seeing stuff. We saw orbs. We saw the flashes. Because Dr. Greer said that sometimes you would see flashes and you would think that they were bolides. A bolide is a meteorite that kind of explodes in midair or whatever. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a bolide. The vector was wrong. It was all wrong. The lights will come directly at you, whereas a bolide will come in an arc like this. And it will coming directly at us like flashes of light. We saw that. We saw orbs come in, hover, and go whoosh. Yeah, you can pull Jesse, and Jesse was like, ooh. We just kept seeing stuff. But yeah, that night, we were hearing shaman drums there.
That's awesome.
Yep, sure did. And found out that they used to have powwows there at some point.
Oh,
there was even a teepee out there. The lady used to she kept the teepee out there for the powwows. So
now, in that area, right? If you look in the distance, there's like it becomes really dense, right? With trees and bushes. Mm-hmm. Is that where the drums were coming from?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, there was a lot. There was a lot going on over there.
That's right.
Like, even remember, I walked back there and I was just like, man, it gets like really dark, and like you're. It's funny because it's Mokina, Illinois, and it's nearby, like not the city, but it's nearby, like buildings and stuff. But in that area, Mokina, it's like you're in another world.
Something is on that property.
Well, the property too. Yeah,
something's there. You saw a spirit. we saw UFOs.
I saw
We heard-
something. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
we
say I
hold-
saw a spirit.
We
but-
heard ghost drums.
Yeah.
Something's there, and we had recorded it. Even one of my I used my I had I've got a pocket FLIR,
Mhm.
right? It's about this. Let me see. Let me show you. I didn't charge this. I can't turn it on for you. But cam. Oh yeah. By the way, Ghost Stop is the lick. If you want to get you some ghost hunting gear, you got to go to Ghost Stop. GhostStop.com. They got the best stuff. I
They have
can't-
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored,
But if they
you
want to
gotta
sponsor
go.
us,
Maybe
they
one
can.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're open to
If
it.
you want to sponsor him,
I shop there.
right?
Come on, sponsor
There
us.
you go. That's a shot. Here you go. I gave you a shout out. There you go.
Yeah. So so that's one that goes on like your chest, right? That's like a chest rig kind of thing.
Oh no. This can go on. This is a first generation though. They have a newer one, but this thing is so dope. Oh, here's a pocket flip. This is so dope. You can. It has Bluetooth, but has Bluetooth Wi-Fi,
Ooh.
and it's got time lapse.
Mm-hmm.
It's got night vision. So you can either take pictures or you can take video, time lapse video, and you can control it with your phone.
That's awesome.
And it sends the images to your phone. It saves them there.
Wow. But it records too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first
Excellent.
generation. The newer ones blow this one away. But I like this so much, I just kept it. But
Sure.
Okay, so here is my pocket FLIR. Let me see, pop this on there. So I came across this just like by accident, right?
Yeah.
Because I was kind of looking like, I wanted a FLIR, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to like invest like $1,000 on the stuff. I was like, oh,
Right.
I don't know. But I came across this. This is one of the most clever
see it?
things I've ever seen. Oh my God, it's not in there. I forgot it. Oh my God.
Oh, it's not here?
Yeah, it's not there. Oh, it must be still charging someplace. I don't see it.
Oh,
Okay.
don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Well, disappointing. I wanted to show you.
No, don't
Okay.
worry about it. But just,
Well, anyway,
just let us know, though.
Well, anyway, it's a little unit this big.
Yeah.
It has a lightning connection for the iPhone, but you can get an adapter for USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a USB-C adapter for my iPhone 15. But you plug it into your phone. It has an app, and what it does is uses your camera, the camera on your phone, to turn it into an IR device. So
Just
it
like the
literally-
picture says.
right. So it has a range of at least 30 feet, like in pure darkness. You got like 30 feet. So you get a decent image.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. I've caught some creepy stuff with that.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah. I'll caught some creepy stuff in there with that. Yeah. Another really cool app that actually it really does work is called Ghost Finder. Let me see. It's on. Yeah, let me pull it up here.
Now, what's funny though, Eric, is that you've been using a lot of the stuff for UFO investigating,
Yep.
and it was only recent. And you hadn't even done ghost hunting before with the ghost hunting equipment. You've been using it for UFO
hunting.
and it wasn't until relatively recent that I got you into your first ghost investigation.
Yeah, the Brumder Mansion.
Yeah. Oh, was that the first one?
The
Brumder?
Brumder Mansion.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I want to go downstairs to the basement where the morgue used to be. That's where I was trying to go.
Yeah.
So I made it down there, and it was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Wait,
creepy.
did you do the Cicero? In
No, I
Cicero?
missed that one.
Oh.
I had to work. I didn't miss that one.
And okay, so you went to Brumner Mansion, and then you went to the one in Belvedere, Illinois, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is called Ghost Vision. It's an SLS app, and you can
Okay.
put it on your phone. So literally, let me turn SLS on. If you take a look,
Oh yeah.
you can see the little stick figures right in SLS. It's a functional SLS camera.
Yeah.
And my phone, I got an iPhone 15. The 15 has LiDAR built in. So if I wanted to add LiDAR to this, I can.
Yeah, that's a fancy one. It has all the little buttons in the bottom.
It also has night vision. So it can go into night vision. It's got LiDAR too. So, I mean, I've caught some spooky stuff with this. While using this app at a CE5 group, I caught a figure in the middle of our circle while we were meditating. So me, I'm nosy. So where everybody else had their eyes closed and meditating, I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, that's what I was doing.
right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see what's going on, man. So I just got my camera. Okay, man, let me record and see what's going on. So I just got my SLS out, and I was just looking around, and there was a figure sitting in the middle. It just popped up right there in the middle of the circle.
Yeah.
Because like Jesse had laid out a blanket and had a little table right there, and there was a little figure that was first sitting up there, and then it laid down. It stayed there for like 15 minutes.
But so it was actually sitting down. When
It was
you
sitting
saw
down.
and then you saw it lay down.
Lay down.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to be sure, because sometimes if this doesn't pick up the light correctly, it may misinterpret something as a figure,
Yeah.
right? So I kind of moved it around a little bit, maybe shine a little light there, take a look. It was still there.
Mhm.
It was still there. It would sit up, and then it would lay right back down. And I said, hey, look at this. I said, no. I said, someone. Look. And so just like, who's that? I said, I don't know. Someone's sitting there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was cool. It was creepy, but it was cool at the same time.
You know what's funny about this app is because it was originally an Xbox.
Yeah.
What do you call it? It was used for Xbox, right?
Right.
And what it does, because the audience didn't see, what it does, it creates. How would you describe it? I'm gonna butcher this.
Well, it's kind of like a laser grid, right?
Yeah.
Like a motion detection grid. So the Xbox has this. I forgot what they called it back then, but it creates this large laser grid.
Yeah, the
over-
Connect.
The Connect,
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. So it creates this large laser grid with a 30 foot radius
Yeah.
in your living room or in your room, whatever. And it detects motion, right? It scans you and all that kind of stuff. So that way you can play the Connect games like they have boxing, a golf game, and they got
Star Wars dance game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had a lightsaber game too, didn't they? They had a lightsaber battle game. That was dope. Yeah, they had one of those. And then you could do PT and stuff like that, that kind of stuff. So they took
Yeah.
it. I guess some genius like, well, shoot, if you could do that playing a video game, I wonder if you could use that to detect ghosts.
Yeah.
And you started seeing it. I don't know if was it Ghost Adventures who did it first, or was it the Ghost Hunters? I think Ghost Hunters did it first.
I think it was Ghost Adventures because I think it was Billy. I think it was Billy Troy who did it.
Yeah, it's
who made that thing.
Who started using SLS in their investigations.
I could be wrong. Let me
It could
fact
be
check.
Ghost
We have the
Adventures.
internet.
It could be Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my thing with that is for that specific piece of technology, sometimes I do tend to get a little bit skeptical with it, but here's the thing. There was a time where I was totally skeptical of it,
Oh yeah.
but then it's like I've seen it do things that are really interesting. For example, I remember I was doing this investigation in Cicero, Illinois, and somebody was using it. And I was looking through it, and it looked like there was a figure next to one of the people that was sitting down, that was there. And at first, I really didn't think anything of it because of my skepticism. And the person wasn't told there was the figure next to them. But then they say, like, oh, I'm feeling somebody right here. And it's like, well, wait a minute. That's what's going on?
Well, okay, that's too convenient,
See?
man. Yeah.
So
right.
it's like, all right, I want to be totally skeptical, and I'll be honest, I mostly am skeptical of the SLS, but then it does things like that.
But you gotta be skeptical.
Well, you have.
You gotta be. You gotta.
Yeah.
You can't go in there and say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna work. I'm going to see something." You gotta be skeptical. You gotta be able to, because otherwise, you're actually gonna jade the investigation, right? Because you're bringing in the Easter rabbit. Okay,
Right.
so you want to go in like Elmer Fudd, not bring Bunny with you, right? You don't want to come in there and go, yeah, we're gonna see some. No, you want a healthy level of skepticism, so that way you're able to filter out what might be a reflex reaction, or it could be a technical glitch. It could be a faulty battery. You don't know, right? So that skepticism is going to say, well, let me get some more empirical evidence here, right? And not just call a spade a spade. Say, ooh, something just moved that object over there. Well, it could have been a breeze. Could have been somebody bumping the table. Could have been a string attached to it. We don't know. That's where the skepticism comes in.
Where do you feel more comfortable, in the UFO investigating or the ghost hunting?
I'll would say UFO.
Yeah, that's your
Because-
thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff fascinates me. I mean, ever since like I was watching Star Trek as a kid, man. You know, it's like the whole idea of like a warp drive, and then you got all these little alien races. Everybody just, you know, I've been
Yeah.
fascinated with the whole concept of a galactic federation thing kind of going on, and just the whole idea of being able to travel to the stars and you know and explore and learn and understand and yeah, if we had that kind of technology, then such things can be true. We can fly there. We can get there, right?
Mhm.
We can explore. We can meet other people and other cultures, and we can have beer, some alien bar, someplace like Star Wars, right? I mean, it could happen, right? So yeah, so every time I would investigate a UFO or something like that, I have that in the back of my head, like, ooh, this could be the day, right? This could be it, right? This could be like that burning bush thing, right? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The UFO you saw, do you ever think about, man, who was inside of there?
Oh hell
Like,
yeah!
What was in there?
I'm like, who or what was flying that, right?
Yeah. How did he look?
Right,
You
right,
know,
right. And why would they come here? You know, I mean, 'cause I
Yeah.
think about it like, okay, yeah, they would. I mean, honestly, if we saw something that looks somewhat intelligent, we're gonna be curious too, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're not necessarily gonna like go and shake their hand, but we're gonna sit back and go, I need more data on that life form right there. I guess
Right.
we're gonna study them a little longer. I mean, we did the same thing with monkeys. We didn't just jump in the jungle with them.
Yeah.
Like we stayed out at distance for a while before someone like Jane Goodall actually went in there and started talking to them and dealing with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing. Maybe they're looking at us like we're the wild jungle and we're the apes, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have something that looks like a flying machine, right?
There's a researcher named Ivan T. Sanderson, and he was a biologist, and he was looking into cryptozoology, Bigfoot, and sea serpents, and then when UFOs started to become more popular, he took up an interest in UFOs, and he came up with a theory that the UFOs themselves were alive,
Ooh.
that they
Yeah.
were conscious beings.
Okay.
And he thought that maybe the UFO occupants were actually artificial intelligence.
Hey, you can't rule it out.
And I find it fascinating
Yeah.
because, you know, he even talks about, okay, in your sighting, right? It looked metallic. It looked like a machine.
Mhm.
Well, he talks about that. He talks about the metallic look of UFOs and how a lot of like liquidized metal looks metallic and it could morph itself, and that's what a lot of UFOs do.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about your sighting, I'm thinking like, man, what if your object could do that? Even though it looked metal, it looked like just like a vehicle or craft, like it could have the ability to transform itself as well, you know?
Can't rule it out.
Yeah.
Can't rule it out. I mean, because like if you have these craft that they're able to, again, transmedium travel. They can go from deep space to atmosphere to deep ocean, and as of late, into mountains. Right, there have been a lot of discussions of objects coming in and out of like was it Popocatépetl or something, the volcano down.
A lot of volcanoes that
Right.
they've
Right,
been
and so they're
going
talking about
into.
they're seeing objects going in and out of these active volcanoes, right? So
Yeah.
transmedium travel. So,
I actually recommend a good documentary. It's actually called UFOs and I believe it's called UFOs and Volcanoes
oh, really?
or something like that. I'll send you a link to it. But
Okay.
it's really interesting. That's the whole documentary is about that.
Mm.
And yeah, it's narrated by that one famous Mexican UFO researcher who's looked into dozens of cases like this.
Okay.
And then they even in the documentary they even have a videographer studying it, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
This-
yeah.
So it's really interesting.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
But
look
it goes
at
back to what you were saying about the transmediumship of these things, that they're able just to go in and out of, like, for example, they're able to go in and out of water without splashing the water,
Right.
you know?
Right. So they're obviously not necessarily altering molecules,
Yeah.
but they're actually manipulating the molecules. I don't think it's the object itself. I think it's the field that's surrounding the object that's allowing them to do what they're doing. Case in point, like going back to the object, to the craft that was over O'Hare. People said that when it was there, it hovered still, didn't move. It just kind of rotated real slowly, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then when it said it shot straight up and poked a hole in the clouds. So I'm thinking that these craft project maybe some powerful kind of electromagnetic beam that literally connects them between 2 points, kind of like an elastic rope. So you would throw an elastic rope. You ever see those? You guys ever see those little slime toys that you can throw around and it sticks to the wall, right? And when you can pull it back, like it springs right back,
like those '90s toys.
Yeah. Okay, so imagine. Okay, so imagine say if a UFO wanted to go from here to here.
Yeah.
So if it were to literally fly there, it would take forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it generates a powerful field, say a graviton beam, something that creates gravity. That's what it's using, gravity, right? Mm-hmm. It directs it to point B. And instead of actually flying there, it's yanked there.
Mm.
So what I'm thinking is that craft over O'Hare projected a powerful beam to another coordinate somewhere over the earth, and it didn't fly. It got yanked straight up.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
So I almost bet my bottom dollar that if they had gone in there into O'Hare in the section that the craft was hovering over, those walls, the floors would have been magnetized. But there are cases where trees were magnetized.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? Because these craft are creating this powerful gravity field. And I think this energy that they're using, people can call it 0 point energy, that's fine. But whatever it is that they're using, they're able to focus it and direct it. And it's not pushing them, it's pulling them. Pulling them literally from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on. It's still more powerful the beam, the faster you go, to the point to where you're literally trans-dimensional.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what's going on.
But would that all? Could you use that to also explain like how they just disappear?
Yeah, because we can't. They're still there. Some of them are still there, but they're using electromagnetism to bend light.
Right. Yeah.
Case in point, the jellyfish video, right? The jellyfish UFO. No one could see it with their naked eye. But the night vision could see it. The infrared could see it.
Yeah.
Right? No one could see it. It's like, do you see it? Do you see it? No, I don't see anything. But the infrared picked it up.
Right.
It was bending light. It was able to bend light around itself to keep it from being seen. We can't see it. We only see it a certain level of spectrum of the light with our human eyes, right? But infrared, another thing to our radar. I remember a lot of the pilots were talking about how they never saw these craft until they upgraded their radar. So I remember, I think it was Captain Fravor when they had their discourse in Congress, and he was saying we had no idea that those things were out there until we upgraded our radar. Then we started seeing them everywhere. So yeah, they're able to bend light, which means they have a mastery of electromagnetism and gravity.
You know, I wonder if we could utilize the color spectrum and utilize it for paranormal investigating in general, whether it's UFOs or ghosts. I feel like we would be able to see a lot more. Actually, I actually do want to invest in the camera that does that kind of thing.
Yeah, because ghosts, if we're talking ghosts, we're talking about an entity that exists in maybe a higher dimension than us, 3D, higher than, say, light, whatever. And since we can't see with our naked eye, but somehow our cameras can do it. Well, because our cameras are, like, they're taking frames, like, per nanosecond. Our eyes can't process that fast. But these cameras can go quickly. So they're able to see these things. So, yeah, if they I think they do have some cameras that could do that though. It's I know Ghost Stop has one. But yeah, I think we can do that.
You know when Captain Fraser was saying that like they didn't see it until they upgraded their technology. We have been seeing UFOs in radar, or the military has for decades.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that has to do with their transmediumship, where depending on the level of technology and their ability to alter themselves, what am I trying to get at? Like, it depends on where they are at in that alteration would depend on what kind of technology you could use in order to see them.
Like they changed the vibration, right?
Yeah, I think
everything
yes,
is in frequency. Frequency is vibration. Everything vibrates. Pen vibrates. Paper vibrates. The reason why it seems solid to us it's solid to me because my frequency of vibration is much lower than the vibration of this table. Yeah. So my molecules can't mesh with the table, right? I can't go through it. But if I had a field, right? Again, I'll say 0 point field that's able to alter electromagnetic energy, alter the gravity. Yeah, you could literally pass through something.
Well, that's actually Dr. Dean Radin's theory of how psychic ability works too.
Oh yeah.
These different levels of frequencies are interacting with each other, and if we could harness it, then we could harness psychic ability as well. And that's how people with have remote viewing abilities are able to do that, because it's all just like connected and tuning into the same frequency. So yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm reading a couple of books on remote viewing. So I want to learn how to do
are
that.
you really?
Yeah, I want to know how to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I've got a couple of books from Ingo Swann actually. I'm reading about that. He talks about remote viewing and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I want to know how to do it.
Yeah. Now earlier you said that you were into shamanism.
Yeah, I practice shamanism for a time. Yeah.
So you still do it?
I haven't for quite some time though, but.
Now, what was your goal in that? What were you
just curiosity?
Yeah.
I've always been curious about like different religious practices and stuff like that. I just wanted to know how other people think or how people see the world. Right. Yeah. I don't think it's fair to humanity to be dogmatic and just say there's only one way to do things. Right. Because there's billions of people on this planet. Everybody has a different viewpoint. Right. So everything comes from the same root. Pretty much.
Right.
So just learning different religions and different spiritual practices helped me respect humanity even more.
Yeah.
And appreciate differences. Right. So
do you have any like religious leanings, or are you just more?
I'm pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty neutral. The more I've learned, the more neutral I became. You know, I just accept everything, everybody. If there's truth in it, okay, we're good.
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I do that because I just want to appreciate people. Period. Yeah. I don't want to like to say, oh, because you do this and I don't do that, you're wrong, I'm right.
Yeah.
No. Too many people have been killed because of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we're focusing on the differences, well, then we're not going to make any progress.
No,
ever.
No, because we're only one species. Honestly, we're a human species. That's it. And I think that's something that they have been trying to get across to us.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, I practice shamanism out of curiosity, and it's a powerful practice if you do it correctly. I even had a spirit guide and met her.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
You communicated with her?
Oh yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, there's a ritual where you literally chant, you play the drum, and what I did was I would just go inside myself and imagine I'm standing in front of a dark cave entrance. There's a cave right there in front of me. It's dark. I can't see in it, but I know what's inside that cave is my spirit guide. I don't know what it is, who it is. It's in there. And so what I did was I just imagined I would sit there like I was sitting in an Indian or a lotus style, and I'm playing a drum, and I'm saying, come to me, right? And I was like enchanting for about close to an hour until she came out, and it was a dire wolf. a female dying. It was really crazy. She was gray, had grayish white hair on her back, and she was blind. That cracked me. I was like, wait a minute, she's a blind wolf? How you can't imagine that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I actually met her. She looked at me.
And this wasn't coming from like your
I
own
didn't-
imagination.
I didn't take no liquor. I didn't smoke no weed.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So you had no idea what
I
was
had
gonna come
no
out of
idea.
there. Okay.
Right? Absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
And I met her, and it was real. It was real. That was my spirit guide.
And was there any communication?
Yeah, and she said that she had been watching over me for years.
Wow.
Yep. And she came to me in different forms. You know, she came to me as the form of a black crow. She came to me in the form of a butterfly. Yeah. So I met a couple of Crow Indians and stuff when I was younger. And they would say, you know, your spirit guide always stays with you. You only have one. They stay with you, and they take different shapes. You know, and when I was a kid, I learned to respect other people's viewpoints. I didn't really believe it, but I didn't say, you're full of shit. I didn't say that. I said, okay. Yeah, until I actually experienced it, I'm like, wow, okay, there's something to it. There's something to it.
Did you have any questions for her?
No, I didn't. That's just the thing. I just wanted to see and understand and experience.
Yeah.
Right? That was it. I didn't want to judge. I didn't want to pick apart. I just wanted to see what this was.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a profound experience. Yeah, I'll never forget it.
So you had that profound experience. Is that why you kind of like moved away from that? Because you're like, I had my experience. I know
there's something else.
Yeah, I know there's something else.
I know there's something else.
Yeah.
Same thing. When I was also Baptist, and I had what you call a miracle. I had an injury to my lower back, and it turned into a kind of like a keloid or a burosum in my lower back. I had it for years, and I had prayed that I would get rid of it. And so one morning, I took a shower, and it was gone. It literally just washed off my skin. Literally.
After praying that morning?
Well, after praying it took me a few months to pray about that.
Yeah.
Because it hurt. It came out.
Yeah.
There was a small scar, and eventually the scar faded.
Now, does that run in your family where you're able to, like, you guys have these abilities? I mean, you saw your spirit guide. I mean, you're able to heal yourself. Is your family spiritual?
Yeah, but do I know of any like spontaneous healing, thing like that? No. There's no mention of that.
Yeah.
So, but when that happened to me, I realized that there was something more here, and it wasn't religion. It was something else, something bigger.
But you said that. So you said that you were Baptist.
Oh yeah.
And then you were praying, and then you healed. So do you? I mean, I'm assuming you were praying to Christ.
Yeah, God, Christ, yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that didn't like, you know that was a miracle that happened to you. But you weren't like, oh well, I prayed to Christ, so Christ is, front and center. But
then
like
God created us. He gave us these innate abilities, right? We've been endowed with these things. Human beings are innately psychic. We have these powers. These are God-given gifts, right?
Yeah.
These are divine gifts. So no one religion does it. No one religion. We have Buddhists who there's a case of a Buddhist monk when he was near death. He sat in the temple, lotus style, Indian style, and just sat just like this. Kept his eyes closed and meditated until he literally just faded away. He died. And he stayed there in that same position, dead. And they smelled roses the whole time his body sat in that temple. He never decayed. He never putrefied. He just sat in that lotus position, and the temple smelled like roses.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So miracles in every religion.
That's right. We have powers.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm focused on the humanity, right? The human ability to heal, the human ability to love, the human ability to recover. We all have it. It doesn't make a difference what religion is or whether you have a religion or not. Even if you're You could be atheist. You could be awakened. Doesn't make a difference. The power's still there,
Yeah.
right? So the creator is still universal. It doesn't matter which path you take. They all go to the same tree.
You know, you're doing a lot of this investigating, but it seems like you already have your answers. I mean, you've experienced a lot already. I mean, you experienced your spirit guide. And so it seems like this investigating is not necessarily your, and correct me if I'm wrong about this as well, too. It's not necessarily you're looking for the truth, because I think you found your truth.
I did.
At this point, you're just doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. One is fun.
Yeah.
Two, I love learning something new.
Sure. Yeah.
And then three is humbling. Because every time I take a step deeper into the rabbit hole, I feel it even smaller, right? I'm realizing this is a big fucking universe, man. There's a whole lot going on out here. A lot of things that we probably will never understand, right? So yeah, do I believe that we're alone in the universe? Hell no. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that we're alone. Not at all.
Mhm.
We're being visited, most definitely, right? Are we all psychic? Yeah. Right now, I'm kind of like just wondering if hauntings are being caused by living people. Sometimes, I think some hauntings, like poltergeist activity, may be caused by actual people who have psychokinesis or
Yeah.
telekinesis, and they're doing it subconsciously, somehow, some way, right? There may not be some spectral entity in the house.
Mhm.
They're doing it because you ever wonder why, like, some people will go into a house and they get these crazy experiences, and then someone else goes in there and nothing happens.
Right.
I think it's the individual.
I'm going to recommend this book to you called PK Man by Dr. Jeffrey Mishlove.
Oh, I think I heard of
And-
that book. I never read it though.
Yeah, so he is a believer in spirits and ghosts, but he also believes in another component, the human component,
Yeah.
and how a lot of poltergeists could be, it could be a couple things, but it's possibly that there is an entity involved, but it's also, our minds have these powerful projections that also interact with these things.
Mhm.
So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's I think there's definitely something to that. You know,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So I like to look further into that myself,
Yeah.
personally. Yeah.
and the remote viewing, man, you need to keep me updated on that. So
Hey, all I know is I know there's something to it.
Yeah.
There's something to it. So it's not bullshit. There's really something to it.
do you know about? Okay, you should look this up. There was a remote viewer that was actually like working with the government, and allegedly, she was a powerful remote viewer and astral projector, and so she was able to leave her body, and her spirit would just like travel the world, and she came across an entity in the astral plane while traveling the world, and it just kept following her, and she's like, I don't know what this is, I don't know what's going on. So she would like kept teleporting herself to different places, and this thing would follow her, and she like intuitively knew like this is a parasite and it's trying to latch on to me. So like it became like this psychic battle where she's like trying to like navigate around it.
That's
And it's
creepy.
like, yeah, it's really
Ooh, that's
interesting.
creepy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. What's the name of the book?
No, it's not a book. It's actually like a case study.
Okay.
So I'll try to find a link and send it to you.
All right.
But yeah, I was told about that by a mutual friend, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
That's
So,
beyond weird. That's
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I mean, because then like when you actually go return to your body, you got to be super creeped out, man. Like you go to bed at night or something, you be really paranoid. Like, is that thing in this room with me? Can I go to sleep? Is it safe? Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do
Yeah,
that.
the astral right, the astral world is so fascinating. I just watched a video a couple of days ago called "Dangers of the Astral World,"
Yeah.
and it's like, and it talks about not just the dangers, but like the beauty that's there. And there's all sorts of spirit guides there, and you could encounter angels, but there's all sorts of these other entities that are trying to tempt you and stuff like that.
Mm.
So it's like, it's like just like it's like a representation of our world. You know, where you could come across all these beautiful people, but then all these dangerous people. So, you know, it reminds me of the old occult axiom, as above, so below.
Right.
You know,
Right, yeah.
so it probably is, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I don't. It's, honestly, I don't know if I want to mess with astral projection because
Right.
I think there's an innate danger
Sure. Yeah.
inherent with that. So let's play devil's advocate, right? So let's just say you really can project your body, right?
Yeah.
Or your mind, or your spirit, whatever, right? So that's like subtle energy, right? So in that subtle energy, your spirit or your soul, or your astral self, is still connected to your physical body. Like kind of like string theory, right? Like in physics, talking about string theory, how everything has these quantum strings connecting, interconnecting, tangling. Yeah. So say this is your body, and then your astral body leaves and it goes everywhere. There's still a trail that goes right back to your physical body, right? There's still a connection there. So what if there really is a parasite, or what if there really is some malicious thing, being, or something that comes across you, and it literally just can connect to your body.
Right.
So if it can connect to the subtle energies in your body, in your physical body, does that mean that it can possess your body?
Right.
And if it does, what happens to you if you're still out?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think about stuff like that, right? You know, it's like, okay, so if I check out and somebody else checks in, what happens to me? Am I stranded?
Well, that's why you know, there's some like fundamentalist groups that say there's a danger to meditation, right? Because when you're meditating, you're kind of like outside your body, and it leaves your body open to other spirits to enter.
What is this place? This place over in Naperville is called the Science of Spirituality. Have you guys heard of it? Science of Spirituality?
It's actually in Lyle.
Oh, Lyle. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there yesterday. Yeah, I was there yesterday. I didn't go
Fantastic.
inside, but
They have an inner sanctum. You can go in there. I go there.
yeah.
And they have an inner sanctum where you can go in there. You can meditate. You know, there's no time limit. You can sit there until they open or close. Whatever. We even got like a daycare for the kids. Whatever. You can bring your kids with you. Leave them in the daycare while you go.
I'll leave Mike and Rob in the daycare.
You can take them
And-
there.
yeah.
You can take them to the daycare. Leave them there. Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's fine. I'll
Yeah.
just walk right home.
Yeah, they got the
I live like right down the street, so
Right,
luck with
right, yeah. But it's the place is dope, man. So they have classes on like vegetarian cooking and like horticulture. You can like raise your own plants, whatever. It's a really cool place.
That's
They
awesome.
teach meditation. They teach basic meditation. They teach transcendental meditation. They teach if it's meditation, they teach it.
Yeah.
Period. So I went there. I've taken a few classes, and it's really nice. You should check it out. Y'all, guys, all check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. I recently just came across it,
Yeah.
so I actually want to go in there. And I know they do events there and other types of classes besides meditation.
Yeah.
So I really want to check that out.
You gotta check it out, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice place. It's
That's
really
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
And the people there are so kind. They really are.
I
Really,
actually
really.
met a woman there last night, and she was like super nice.
Yeah.
She was super nice.
Yeah.
But hey, man, thanks for coming on.
Oh
You know?
man, I had a ball. Shoot, we gotta do this more often.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to, dude. I'll definitely get you on.
Do more, man. Yeah, but I had fun.
Yeah.
Fun. This is great. So we ought to have kind of like maybe like a open mic session, something like that, or questions and answers. You know what I'm saying? And just
Yeah.
like open the floor up to folks who might want to like just tune
Yeah,
in
have
with
an
us.
audience here. Yeah,
Right.
that'd be awesome.
And
That'd
we
be
just
great.
have a discussion. Like
Yeah.
maybe they have a case. Yeah. So if you have maybe they have a case or some kind of experience they want to share.
Yeah.
They say, "Hey, Jack, I had this experience." You know, then we can sit there and we can talk to them.
Well, you actually did a small, very small speaking event at a MUFON gathering,
Yeah,
and people were asking questions afterwards.
it was fun.
And
too.
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
you should do that. You should do that. Definitely.
What's the name of the other gentleman that was talking? Where he was talking about, he was like a physicist.
Yeah, his name is Taylor. Yeah, he's really nice.
Taylor. He's
Yeah.
actually on my Facebook.
Yeah, he's a
But
really
he-
nice guy.
Man, he is.
He's the guy who told me about the graviton beams, the
Yeah.
magnetized trees, and he told me about this book called Anomaly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good book. It talks about the science, the possible science behind these phenomena.
Do you know
And-
who's the author?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh, you have it?
You got it? Let me see. Make sure it's the right one because I think it's a couple of books.
He's looking it up right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor's intelligent and
Super intelligent.
super intelligent.
Yeah.
That guy's like a rock star.
That's somebody you need to get on your show because he does some serious. He's more interested in the physics behind it.
I've heard him talk, and I'm afraid that if I had him on the show, he's just like, gonna go on and on and
No,
on.
but you know what? He's so smooth though,
Yeah.
because he can talk in layman's terms, and he'll take these advanced concepts and he'll break it down in layman's terms so that Tom, Joe, and Leroy can get it right. So yeah, you got to get him on the show, man. He's really nice.
You got it.
It's like Daniel Kuhn.
That's the book. That's the book.
Let's see.
That's the
They
one.
mentioned it at a MUFON meeting. We went.
Yeah, I think you were there when Taylor was talking. Yeah.
Yeah, it is called Anomaly by Daniel Coumbe, Coumbe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check this out. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like $35, but I hear it's worth.
It's
I'm,
totally worth
I'm
it.
sure it's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Eric, this was a blast.
Yeah, it
and
was.
we're gonna get you back on.
Okay.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
And because we're gonna be doing some stuff in the near future with each other as well, so we'll have more to talk about. But yeah, thank you, and you're our first UFO witness.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you're our first one.
Wow. I just
Yeah.
made history.
You just made history. Yes. But
Holy
yeah.
shit, dude. But yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So we should definitely do more of this.
For sure. Yeah, I'll have you on again.
And honestly, I think I think we should have like a round table. Like we should just have like this big old table, right?
Yeah.
And just have these different people, men and women, who had these different experiences,
Yeah.
and we just throw them out there, man, and just break
just
them down.
talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
break
that'd be
them down.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm definitely up for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk soon, and thanks, man, for coming on.
Oh yeah, one more thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Not a sponsorship, folks. This personal personal purpose. Okay.
What is
This thing is the best toy I ever. This is the Aurora, the Psionics Aurora.
What is it called?
The Psionics Aurora.
Psionics Aurora.
Aurora. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a monocular, and this thing is so powerful. It's got night vision.
Okay.
You can literally see the night sky with this thing. I've seen all kinds of objects with this thing. I've seen the Milky Way with this. You can't see it here because it's too much light pollution.
Yeah.
This little baby can pick it up.
Oh wow.
So I've seen anomalies in the sky that I couldn't see with the naked eye. This thing can see it. It sees everything. And it records. It has Bluetooth and it has Wi-Fi.
So you've probably seen even a lot of shooting stars.
Yeah,
With that.
I've seen shooting stars. I saw the ISS for this thing. I recorded it one time.
What's that?
The International Space Station.
Oh right.
I saw that. But I actually saw a triangle with this, a flying
Oh, triangle UFO.
a triangle UFO.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Also, this is a
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
one of the coolest little gadgets. It's a temperature gauge, like a little thermometer, right? So a laser thermometer. So I literally just take it, point it to a location, and it tells you what the temperature is right there. So in theory, right, if a ghost manifests itself or something, it drops the temperature because it's using electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
Electromagnetism drops the ambient temperature. This little baby right here will pick it up. So if say there was a ghost right there and everything in here is like a nice comfortable 78 degrees and it's like 62 degrees right there, oh, you might have a third guest in there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Just one of these.
Yeah, I used one time in the Haunted Congress Hotel in Chicago, and yeah,
I heard about the Congress.
there was this one time I was using it, and the temperature did dramatically drop. I don't know if it was ghostly or there was something behind the wall. I don't know, but it was really interesting.
Yeah, but isn't there a haunted on Belmont Avenue? There's a tattoo shop over there that's rumored to be haunted.
Yeah, no, it is haunted.
It is haunted.
Yeah, so the owner actually passed away, and well, actually, even when the owner was alive, he talked about the hauntings.
Yeah,
But the owner passed away, and like now they think that he might be haunting the tattoo shop. So yeah, and they're very open about talking about it. Actually,
yeah.
if you go on their website, they talk about the hauntings there.
Okay.
So yeah, they're really cool people. I've been there once.
Okay.
I didn't do a ghost investigation, but I talked to some of the people there.
Okay.
So yeah, you got to check it out.
All right.
And we're gonna do some more ghost hunting together too.
We got to do that,
Yeah,
man.
we
I
are.
still want to do a Bigfoot expedition.
I know,
dude.
I know. It was. I know,
We
because
gotta do a Bigfoot. We gotta do one. We gotta get lost in the woods, bro.
It
We
was-
gotta get lost in the woods, man. We gotta do it.
it was supposed to be this summer that I was gonna try to do one, but I've been so busy this summer. But
Yeah.
we'll do one. We'll do one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But all right, let's wrap up. And thanks, man. So we'll get you on next time, okay?
Yeah, no problem, man. Just again, thanks for having me here. I
For sure.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, no
All
problem.
right, man.